Our campaign begins in the year 480, when three young knights, vassals of the lush countryside manors of Salisbury County, find themselves within the entourage of their lord Count Roderick, on the road to the royal Easter feast of King Aurelius Ambrosius in the dense and foul-smelling city of London. Upon arriving, an elder knight within their company, who holds the title of Master-at-Arms back in Salisbury, requests that the three knights lead a hunt in the nearby forest. The veteran knight's name is Sir Lad, and he advises that they do not return empty-handed. Traveling through the countryside, we have an opportunity to learn a bit about these three knights. Sir Goretrix of Winterbourne Stoke is hard of body and soft of mind. He is very naive, but also very large, nearing the size of the great Saxon warriors, and with a heart of gold. He is the nephew of the late Sir Harold de Winterbourne Stoke. Sir Edward of Idmiston is a knight of hard exterior and hard interior. He is quite blunt and rough around the edges, mostly due from growing up as a bastard of the late Sir Morganor de Idmiston. Finally, we have Sir Dallin of Durnford, nephew of the late Sir Edward of Durnford Manor. Dallin went to campaign on King Aurelius's march against the Saxons across the Channel, and only recently returned. They are shy, reserved, awkward, and beyond that there is not much to say. The three knights entered the forest in pursuit of the boar, which turned dangerous when the boar unseated Sir Goretrix from his steed, throwing the large knight to the ground. Despite this setback, the large knight was only minorly harmed, and the three knights were able to surround and claim the prized gift of the king, but not before a chance encounter in the forest. Stumbling into the scene came an old man who seemed amused to see the three knights, and a squire that accompanied him with a good stature, intense eyes, and a signet ring. The two were introduced as Merlin and Maddock, and they made their intentions known as they too were on their way to the Easter feast. This was noted as odd, as they did not look the part to be invited to the king's feast. But the three knights of Salisbury accepted their offer to accompany them, and off they went to the feast. At the royal Easter feast, Sir Edward broke the heart of an already broken-hearted man, offering no pity to the man who had recently lost the love of his life. Meanwhile, Sir Dallin and Sir Goretrix encountered a new friendly face that they would later come to know as Sir Bellius. Sir Bellius is a war hero and close friend of Prince Uther, whom they shall forever refer to as Sir Burny Pants, for the ember that lit the hole in his trousers. Prince Uther Pendragon, brother to the king, stood before the audience and announced that he was recently made aware that he had a bastard son, and he sent for him. Maddock, the boy from the forest with intense eyes and the signet ring, stood before his father and was acknowledged by the prince. As the feast continued, Sir Edward insulted a maiden of the court who had asked him for his take on the Fae. Edward delivered a cynical take, but the attention was taken off him when a slightly older knight of Glevum, by the name of Sir Onwar, spoke openly in agreement to Sir Edward's worldly, cynical views. This conversation drew the attention of a larger gathering of knights, who listened in as Sir Edward shared an embarrassing story about himself. One knight spoke out in mockery of Sir Edward's illegitimate birth, and when Sir Edward overheard this, he grew angry and challenged the knight to a duel. The knight seemed confident about the duel that was scheduled for the following morning before Maddock's knighting ceremony. He too was a knight of Salisbury, by the name of Sir Gareth of Newton Manor, but did not accompany Count Roderick to London. This concludes the recap of the first episode of the Prologue. If you liked this sort of thing, please let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll do a bit more with some of the players of the game.